Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaff here. Due to very popular demand, here is your updated guild boss guide for the Ant Queen. Trust me when I say, you have to make a lot of changes coming from the last guild boss, the Dragon. That one was a different beast. We have to make so many changes to our build, and also the battle. So, let me cover all the ins and outs, but also the optimizations you have to make to get a score like the one you see here. A huge shout out to the Zaff Guild, MMO player. He made a fantastic run, over 34 billion. The highest score we've seen yet. This is truly a piece of art, so let me cover the build, the battle, and the optimizations. That way, you know exactly what to do to get a score like the one you see here. And really quick everyone, to ensure you have the resources to get a good score, make sure you support us for free on Netmobile Supporter Program. That way, I can send you a bunch of juicy free codes, yes free. You go to your My page a few hours after supporting, then you scroll down, my name comes up. When you press this button here, you keep going down, and then under receive benefits, you will get 5 codes for the season, with more codes coming out for Essence Stones, Mana Power Extracts, more Essence Stones, and even other rewards here. So do support us for free. The link is down below. That way you can benefit, but also ensure if you want a fantastic guild to apply to one of our many Zaff affiliate guilds on our Discord server, you go to the link down below and you join our Discord server with over 31,000 members. Then you go to this channel here, the support ticket channel, you make a ticket, and boom, we set you up with a guild that suits your account. So don't worry, we do all the work, just apply and you're good to go. And if you want to join a fantastic free-play guild, MMO player that's being featured in this video does have a second guild, so make sure you join that way you can get all the benefits of having a fantastic guild leader. And I almost forgot, if you're a supporter, make sure in our Discord server we have giveaways for you for $100 each. You press this button here and you enter. That's all you have to do after submitting your supporter proof, so make sure you join. We have so many giveaways for you as my thanks to you for supporting us. And finally, a big shout out to Mortal Burrito from when you first commented on our last video. Here's your shout out and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. Alright, so let's cover the build first. There's so many things to cover, so make sure you listen up. There's a lot of changes from our last guild boss that you have to consider when it comes to your stats. Now, we have Connie, of course. She is our main damage dealer with G and Essel. This is a perfect team. For Team B, we have Thomas Andre, Gogani, and Cha. Very standard. Cha deals a lot of damage, so please use her. She does have mana issues, which we'll take care of, don't worry. And for our Team C, we have Hansame, we have Choi and Libora. Very standard. These units provide a ton of buffs that we need, so don't sleep on them. But also for Choi, if you don't have him, you need his weapon, Do Note, so you can replace him with Anna, the SR Hunter. She works out. She gives a lot of defense decreases, so she can be used. So if you don't have Choi, that is one option out there. I do want to mention, of course. And for other support units, you can swap in units like Min, for example, to give I guess a bit of a damage bonus, a 5% bonus, but this is the team you should run. This is the best one out there right now, but again, it's always subject to change. For the artifacts, we're running these sets here. For Akane, we have the Win to Kill set because her second basic skill deals ultimate skill damage. This gives us a 25% damage increase to ultimate skill, meaning our basic skill now deals the 25% bonus. Very good. The Curse Nectar set as well. These sets are beautiful. We have Gina running Guardian set and Self Blessing, ensuring a lot of team bonus damage, with Vessel coming in clutch with the Greed set, giving us the crit damage but also the crit rate bonus, and she gets those break damage bonuses coming in, which is needed for the Ant Queen. We need so much break, that's why it is vital to time your skills with JINWOO to ensure she breaks. And for Team B, we have Thomas Andre standard set, Curse and Obsidian, we have Gogan He, the Greed set again, same bonus as Essel, and Cha, the Curse and Nectar set, giving her a lot of damage coming in. And for Team C, we have these sets here now. Do note, when it comes to Angel and White, your Connie does have to have the most power on your team for this to apply on her, and a lot of you want to have that happening, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Ensure that Connie does have the most power possible to get this very nice bonus. For Choi, we do have a DPS set on him. We have the Curse and Obsidian set to ensure he deals a lot of damage while also dealing a lot of damage decreases to the target. And for Libora, she does use the Toughness set just because for her kit, she needs a ton of crit coming in. For some reason, Libora does need to have an obscene amount of crit to deal a lot of damage, so do keep note of that. Crit on Libora is the best, and extra set, of course, giving us a lot of attack bonuses, but that's the artifact build. For our cores here, let me go down, let me cover that. It is very important for Kane to run these cores here. Her basic skill deals ultimate skill damage, which does activate these cores here, always giving her shield, but also giving us a 20% crit damage increase. It's a must. These cores are the best for Kane. This one giving us a mana consumption reduction bonus of 12% as well. It is vital. For Gina, these scores are fine. For Essel, these ones are fine too. Just make sure for this score, you have it equipped to give us an attack bonus. Does kind of help with damage, not too bad. For Thomas Andre, these cores are the best, at least for these two. Again, Thomas Andre spams his ultimate skill, ensuring these bonuses come in very often. For Go Genhee, this brand new core is so good on him. His core attack crit damage increased by 20%, and Go Genhee's main damage is that core attack, so again, make sure you run this core. It is so good on him. And besides that, we have Cha. She does need mana as well, just like Kane, otherwise you're not dealing much damage on her. Her mana is vital, so you have two options. You can run this core here, the brand new one, that does give us a 30% mana recovery bonus, but this one works too, giving us a mana consumption reduction. It's up to you. I only had this one available, so I ran this one. I will try to test both later on, but this one works just as fine. You'll see, my Cha deals so much more damage now after adding this in, so a very good option. But if you only have, I believe it's this one here, that does give us a mana recovery based on using ultimate skill. This one isn't bad, but it doesn't perform the same. This one is honestly much better, and this one, they just perform so much better than the 5% we're getting here from every ultimate cast. Now let's see, everyone else should be standard here. It doesn't matter too much if you run these hunters, just make sure it is their main typing to get that 5% bonus coming in for Choi and Libora. Otherwise, it should be fine there. Now we have our skills and blessing stones. My QT choice is different. Ice Strike is very good because it puts you in front of the Ant Queen. Very important. You always want to be in front of her, not behind her big butt, but in front of her, because all her skills come from her head. So ensure you use Ice Strike if you want the best positioning possible, though most people use this one here. It does give pretty good damage over Shadow, giving us a bonus damage amount by consuming our HP, so that's one option, giving us a skill damage increase. It's up to you. I just use this one because it's so much easier. Ice Strike, much easier for the run. And this QT here does help the run out a lot, especially when you have to break, so do keep note of that. This QT causes interruption. If you need some break coming in, you can pause the target by just a bit to get the best amount of damage possible in the break damage. Very important. The Ant Queen takes a very long time to break, and her break gauge only lasts for a few seconds, so make sure you use that, and I'll show you the timing, don't worry. For other skills, we have this one here, Vacuum Wave, giving us a 15% damage increase to the target at the legendary mark, and this skill here obviously saw an extreme, Magnifying Slashes. If you do not have this, wait for the rune selection chest coming out where you can't pick this rune for free. Make sure you get it. The damage is insane, but I mean, I guess you could pick this one if you want more team damage, up to you. But Magnifying Slashes can be used across so many game modes, so please do get it. Besides that, we have Blessing Stones. We have Sharp Perception here, gives us a lot of damage. It's pretty good on JINWOO. We have Reawakening again. For the cooldown reduction, you do need Reawakening to ensure you get all your skills off, boosting your hunter's damage. We have Bloodless as well, giving the target a defense decrease, very nice. And lastly, we are one to give our teammate a major attack defense energy bonus. You need We Are One, gives Kane so many bonus stats, but with that said, these are defensive blessing stones. These ones are standard natural disaster, letting our team live longer if they die, up to you. This one here as well, making sure we proc the Guardian set very often. And for your last one, it's up to you. You can run this one here, you can run life, you can run survival, up to you. I run this one for the memes, but all of them are fine. And that's everything for the build. Now I want to cover these stats. These stats are so important because this time around, all our stats are changed. Yes, we had to go in and change all our stats. So here's my Kane. Although our attack is fine, that actually doesn't matter. We want maximum damage increase and minimal defense span. Your crit damage always has to be around the 200% mark, and your crit rate, generally speaking, has to be around the 8,000 mark. And I will cover optimizations very soon. Very important, you make very slight changes, but with that said, these are my stats for Kane. These are my stats for Thomas Andre. Again, same thing, high crit, decent crit damage, he needs 10 more percent, and very high damage increase amounts with minimal defense span. The Ant Queen does not have defense. She has very tiny amounts. That's where defense span is not needed. On the last guild boss, they had much higher defense, so defense span was nice, but now that's why we don't use Yusohyun. There is minimal defense, so we don't need her, and we do not need defense span on any of our hunters. So that was Thomas Andre. Here's Essel. Again, same thing. We have to lower defense span, and hopefully later on convert it to damage increase, but the crit damage is fine. The crit rate can be improved, so take note of that. we have Gogenhi. His defense is good, but he needs a bit more crit damage coming in. His crit rate is good. His damage increase is good as well. His defenseman is perfect too. Very nice. We have Choi. Lots of attack, but also lots of damage increase with some offense pen, not too bad. Crit damage, crit rate, obviously not needed on Choi. Gina, same thing. We want lots of attack and lots of crit damage, crit rate, but lots of damage increase, low defense pen, all the same. And next up, we have Libora again. Make sure her crit rate is very, very high. Honestly, I've heard 14,000 is pretty darn good on her, so up to you. Maximum crit rate is good. We have crit damage on her as well, 20% would be good. Minimal defense pen, and also lots of damage increase is vital. And last up, we have Hansame. Well, her stats don't really matter too much. She's our least damage dealer, lots of HP, same crit damage increase, but also minimizing her defense pen would be ideal. And we almost forgot the real Queen Cha. Here are stats. Honestly, the main stat for her is on damage increase, not crit damage, not crit rate, but we need a lot of mana consumption reduction. We need so much. This stat is vital for her, otherwise your damage output will be decreased because your skills need mana to cast. Very important, so make sure for Cha, you want mana consumption reduction, but also you want proper crit rate and crit damage to ensure she deals the best damage possible. So that's everything for our hunters. Let me cover JINWOO as well. For his weapons, Grimoire and the Moon Shadow are a must. You have to run these weapons. They are meta. Grimoire to A1 at minimum, and for the Moon Shadow, A5 is a must. For your stats, Strength, Intelligence, and Perception, it's up to you. You should have 350 Intelligence. I put 10 in just for fun, so 350 Intelligence, and all the rest go to Strength. But if you lack this stat here, the Precision stat, if your Precision is low, you can go 50 points into Perception, up to you, but going Strength and Intelligence will work out just fine for the maximum cooldown reduction. Very, very, very good. And for JINWOO stats, same thing. You want a lot of crit rate coming in, and 200% crit damage is ideal. Defense pen should be lower with the damage increase being much higher, so do take note of that. These are the ideal sets on JINWOO and your hunters, where damage increase is a ton, and defense pen is minimal, with crit damage around the 200% mark, and crit rate being around the 8,000-ish mark to ensure you get a lot of bonus crit coming in. But one thing, optimizations to make for your run. You have to ensure Kane has the most power on your team, which is very difficult to do. Right now, my Cha has so much bonus power, it's kind of hard having Kane go ahead of Essel and Thomas Andre and Gogenhi just because of the artifacts that's running, so do take note of that. This right here is why we have Kane with the most power, giving us an 8% damage increase when she has the most power on our team. Very important. That's one thing I'm missing. It is very hard to do. There is one way to do it though. As you can see, we have our hunters with very high power here. You can adjust their power by giving them inefficient cores. I know, kind of weird, but do not give them additional attack, give them percentage. Do not give them additional defense, give them percentage defense, obviously, not Thomas Andre Gogenhi. You can give them percentage HP to lower their power. I know, big brain moves. That way, you get 8% bonus damage on Kane. Very important. That is one trick you can do though. I'm a bit too deep in it. I will do it later on to optimize on my power for Kane to ensure she is the highest possible on our team. There is one more very important optimization you have to make when it comes to Essel. Yes, gives us a 2400 attack bonus to the target, which has the highest crit on our team. Very important. Right now, Kane does have the highest crit for me, so that's perfect, ensuring she gets that 2400 attack bonus. So that's it for the build, the stats, the optimizations, the JINWOO build, everything you have to know. Let's go over the battle itself, because the battle is very, very involved. You want to ensure you do every step right, otherwise you're losing on a ton of damage, which is not ideal. Alright, so jumping in here is the Ant Queen. First off, what you want to do is dash forward and walk just a bit, and use the Vacuum Wave skill. As she's launched up, you can hit the skill to ensure you get that 15% damage increase to the target. Watch very carefully, Boomy uses it, and the damage taken increase pop-up comes up. That means it's applied. If you do not see it all the way to the top, you have to reset your run to ensure that bonus comes in. Then when it hits, you want to use a dash and then use a Grimoire to get the elemental type bonus damage coming in, and then use Shadow Step when a ring comes up. If you use it too early, your Shadow Step will miss, so do note, to ensure it doesn't miss, you have to wait for the Queen to attack. The red ring comes up and then boom, Shadow Step, done. Now what you want to do is use your Moon Shadow. Boom, Moon Shadow comes in, you want to dash, use your Magnifying Slashes, boom, 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 3 mana pop-ups. If you do not see 200 mana pop-ups, you are not using a skill correct. So you dash, and then you wait, and then you spam, spam, spam. That's how you use a skill. Now you can use your QT to go forward, and boom. Now you have to wait for the extreme invasion coming up on this attack. Boom, there. Now you wait. Your QT has to go down, the one before this, as you saw. Let me show you here. So this is 1 second before. Make sure you don't use Shadow Step right now, because if you try to, after dodging, the QT will activate, which is not ideal. So we wait just a second, and now Shadow Step comes in, very important, after using the Vacuum Wave skill. That's because we want to minimize the animation time, so it's perfect. Now we use Grimoire after Shadow Step, and there. You can now use your QT for some more damage coming in, and done. Moon Shadow, dash again, Magnifying Slashes. It's kind of the same pattern here. You're just doing it on repeat, and now you wait. No more Shadow Steps. You want the Ant Queen to bury down. Don't use Shadow Step. No, you saw there. No Shadow Step used. Now we wait and defeat all the ants here. What you can use is all your skills and QT, including Moon Shadow too. You can spam your skills to ensure you deal with all the ants. Watch this very carefully. Your QTs come in, all your skills if you want. Your QT again. Moon Shadow can be used depending on you, but make sure you use your ultimate skill too. Clear all these darn ants, are so annoying. Now, what you want to do is, when you see the mobs dying, you want to get as close as you can to the Ant Queen. Very important. If you're too far away, she'll do that animation where she jumps up and ruins your run. And I should mention for the Ant Queen, if you're ever confused where she's coming up from, just go back to where she dug down. That's where she will spawn. And if you forgot where that was, don't worry. Just look for the little red dots here. As you can see, let me go back and I'll show you. They do pop up where she dug down. So watch very carefully here on the replay. Right here, see the red dots? That's where she's coming up from. So make sure now you want to use your Grimoire. That is before she comes up. Let me show you. You want to use the animation and get the effect off. So watch right here. The Grimoire comes up as she's coming up herself. That way we proc the effect, and then you want to dash forward and hug her while using Vacuum Wave. The reason why you want to hug the Ant Queen, I know, kind of gross, is because if you don't, she will jump up and ruin your run. You do not ever want the queen to jump. You want to use the skill here. Boom, you saw that. This is the ideal skill because you use your Vacuum Wave, you dash, use Shadow Step, Moon Shadow, Magnifying Slashes, the same routine over and over again. Beautiful. You see here, Moon Shadow, damage applied. Now you do not want to use Shadow Step again until you break the target. Watch very carefully. We're spamming our skills. Same routine, Grimoire, everything the same. Just make sure you do not use Vacuum Wave until the break gauge comes up. Watch carefully. Boom, break gauge, Vacuum Wave, and done. Shadow Step, Moon Shadow, Magnifying Slashes, all the same here. The run is pretty much standard. You want to be close to her. Shadow Step. You do one more Shadow Step before she has to dig down. So watch very carefully. We have one Shadow Step coming up. Use it. Now do not use anymore. Just spam your skills and wait for her to dig down yet again. Watch all our skills being spammed. QTs if you want. Grimoire coming out. Boom, boom, boom. Very, very simple. You can use your Magnifying Slashes. Again, all the same stuff. And now we can use our Moon Shadow here. You can use Vacuum Wave to ensure you clear all the mobs here. Very nice. Shadow Step and Ultimate to get that final damage in. The Ultimate does not waste your time. It's not like Battlefield Time where it keeps ticking. No, the Guild Boss, the Ultimate, does not proc the timer. And again, you can see those dots there. We go forward, but watch very carefully. The Grimoire comes out, and you want to dash forward to make sure she does not jump up, and boom, same thing, Shadow Step comes out, Moon Shadow. You use one Shadow Step here before the Ant Queen's break phase comes up. Watch carefully. You want to save that armor break skill. The break damage, very important, and boom, use it here, and the target is broken. Shadow Step. Now, if you want a good run, you have to make sure you have 100 stacks of muscle. In this case, we might not get it here. Let's see, 85. So 95, there we go. This one could have been way better, but now it's all standard. We keep dashing, boom, 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 dashing when we can. Grimoire, Vacuum Wave. Everything here is pretty much the same. You just want to make sure you break fast enough. You do not let her dig down, and you're good to go. This run was amazing again. A huge shout out to my player. He did a fantastic run, learned a lot, but also make sure if you want a guild to join our Discord server. We have 25 plus Zaff affiliated guilds you should be joining in on. That way, you can find a good guild, but also you can find a community that you can engage with and get a solid guild boss score. But that's basically it for the run. Make sure you just copy the loadout here. The guild boss this time around is honestly much easier than Dragon. There's not too many movesets. She's very, I guess, predictable, so that's good. You won't have too much trouble, but this score is the highest I've seen, so a big shout out to MMO Player, but also to the Zaff Guild. We have such a great community. But on that note, that's everything for today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way, you don't miss out on all the SLA content. And of course, for a bunch of free codes, do not forget to support us on Netmo Support Program. That way, I can send you a bunch of juicy benefits. But on that note, this is your Code King Zaff, signing out.